Don't get me wrong, it's a dream vacation. I mean, I'd go into space, I'd get inside the maximum security nut house, get past all the psychos, save the president's daughter if she's not dead already. I'm thrilled that you would think of me.
Go on, Guy Pearce. He ain't as much of a pussy as I thought he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know.
Guy Pearce, a pussy? Was that all in the same sentence? What?
Yeah, you heard it.
He's a badass. What are you talking about?
He got himself an American accent, a good old American accent, and finally seemed like a man.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah, no, I'd accept that he used it to talk like Cyrus. What?
Really?
Talked to nothing. He talked to nothing but puns and one-liners. Mostly one-liners.
Yeah,
I just want to pick on you, man.
That's all I say.
Yeah. That's all you're about.
One-liners is Arnold Schwarzenegger or James
That is
Bond.
true. That is true.
Sorry, saying as cool as those guys.
Yeah.
Look, fuck all of you.
Okay.
See?
At the same
He's
time?
not good at it.
Nah, man,
I quit.
You'll be back.
Right.
Yes, you'll be back.
And you'll just put up with whatever we give you.
I know. We'll put a sandwich over there on the couch. You'll be back. No, man. You know what? Cyrus, you saw this with me. Oh yeah, co-host, you were there.
I was there too.
Yeah.
Although it's hard to, it took me a minute to be sure because this is one of those movies that I'm trying to remember it. It was a few weeks ago we saw it, and I feel like it should have been called Blockout because my brain is fighting me every inch of the way, trying to recall the bits and pieces of this terrible fucking science fiction.
Well,
movie.
don't worry because I remembered it.
Do you?
Because it felt like, I was like, wow, you know what? In some weird way, this is how sci-fi, like the Sci-Fi Channel, this is the type of movie I would always hope to see on Sci-Fi. You know, something with an okay budget, but something that it moves so fast, yet at the same time it's so stupid yet fun that I actually enjoy it for the kind of B movie level that it's at.
Yeah, that's the thing about this movie, man. Leon, you didn't see this, but let me.
I didn't, and I didn't know the screening happened.
That's a beautiful story, Leon.
It was one of those. It was one of those where, like, okay, it's on my list. I to see it. I don't have high hopes for it because every time I watch the trailer, I go like, wow, this reminds me of those lower grade sci-fi dumbass movies from the 80s. But hey, I could be wrong.
There's a lot of things that this movie gets right. It's a future. It does. In my opinion, it does, and I'll explain to you what it does.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Then sit down, prop your feet up. Let Uncle Corey tell you a story.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yes. Let me. And Leon, you didn't see this. Let your Uncle Corey tell you a story about a man named Snow, played by Guy Pearce.
Okay.
He's a
he found oil on his property.
No, it ain't Old Snow's a millionaire. None of that. No, you can't do that. Well, come and listen to a story about a man named Snow. he's a coke dealer. No, no, Guy Pearce is Snow. He's an ex-government agent.
Yeah, they don't hire guys with names like Gabby.
No, Bob,
Reginald.
Yeah, Bob the action star. No, this don't work.
Eugene.
Yeah, but Snow gets blamed for a crime that he doesn't commit, and he's about to be sent to this prison. This prison is full of criminals, so badass, so dangerous, so crazy. They got to shoot them into space.
Oh wow, the negative zone.
Far away from the Earth.
Yeah, this is like the Arkham Asylum in space.
Yeah,
except even better because like they have them in suspended animation. So like I don't know why they need to do that in space.
You're right.
I think you could just do that here. There's suspended animation.
Save space.
Like it seems like putting them in space would just add to the possibility of things going terribly wrong.
Hey, there's a lot of motherfuckers I wish I could put in space.
Not to mention, when you weigh the cost of sending somebody into space and keep them alive in suspended animation, it'd be a lot simpler.
Guys,
to keep them on
you're
Earth in a
thinking
prison.
too hard.
Or just kill them.
It's the future. We don't know what problems we have that we have to shoot these guys
This
into
is
space.
Idiocracy too, basically.
And by the way, our travel has gotten so sophisticated that this space station we can get to in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
well, in movie time, it's about 2 seconds.
now,
okay.
now you thought putting them in suspended animation up in space was crazy enough, but the president's daughter says, "You know what? I got to go up there."
Who are you? Who sent you?
Your old man did.
My dad. What did he say?
Well, I didn't get to meet him personally. He kind of delegated your rescue. They had a big conference on the corn surplus.
You're kidding me.
No, apparently we should all be eating more corn.
About my father.
Oh, yeah, I made that other bit up.
Did he have a message for me?
Yes, you are adopted.
Are you the only type of jerk they found for this kind of mission?
The only one stupid enough to say yes.
And who's plays the president's
Maggie
daughter?
Grace.
Maggie Grace. Yeah, from Lost.
She was in Taken.
Yeah.
She's the one who got taken.
She's always fucking around with criminals that she should learn by now.
You
Quit
would
talking.
think.
She's always where she doesn't need to fucking be.
Yeah, she's the kind of
your
girl.
father.
Yeah. She's always dating the bad boys.
Stuck on islands, stuck in space. Christ, woman, will you stay
know.
put?
Stuck in Europe.
How
Stuck in
about,
a
how about you
prostitute-
stay stuck in the kitchen?
Yeah. oh, now see,
We're not with him.
Yeah, exactly. This is the future co-host. Come on, now.
I'm sorry.
Women don't do that anymore. They should, but they don't. But and look what happens when they don't.
Well, no, there are space hookers, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Come on.
Not
There's three-titted hookers
Three titties.
somewhere. Yeah.
the wrong movie, man. Now this, not too far from it.
There
though.
better be three-titted hookers in the future. That's all I can say. I didn't get my fucking silver jumpsuit. I want to see an extra titty.
Or you can get a cow. They got
Yeah,
one.
there's that.
So now the president's daughter goes up into space, and you're thinking these guys are in suspended animation. Nobody's fucking with them, but of course she goes up there saying, "I have to make sure that they aren't mistreated." That's sleep, bitch. What you want to check? But she goes up there. Things go wrong, and they tell Guy Pearce, "Okay, we were gonna send you up there and put your ass to sleep too, but since you're the total badass, go up there and get my daughter and come back down. If you do that, we give you a pardon, and everything will be cool."
They pulled a Snake Plissken.
I was gonna say
on him.
we were going to send you to New York to bring the president out.
But his daughter's finer, so go get her. But now, where I feel like this movie does things right is that it's a fast pace in this film. I mean, it doesn't slow down at all. There's one thing going on after another, and I love that about this film. But the problem is, this is truly a movie where they want to bring in the kids. They want to bring in the 13, 14, 15-year-olds because they do everything they can to not show an ounce of blood.
Yeah, that was like the weirdest part about this movie, because every time when you're about to see somebody that's like has a shotgun to their head, and the scene's coming up where it's like, oh, here it comes, the money shot, cut, or there's a mysterious black shadow that would somehow cover the scene and cover the blood splatter, which I was like, wait a minute. What is this? Something? Is it? Am I sick?
Every time they got ready to show somebody getting shot, the cameraman would sneeze, and,
Yeah,
and the
like
camera
that.
would go.
The camera goes somewhere else, and it was just kind of like, okay, I guess we're gonna get a uncut director's like, here's all the blood and gore you fucking were hoping for.
I doubt it.
Version of
Yeah.
it, because
I
it was,
doubt it.
but in some ways it kind of hurt the film in a way.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Cyrus, I'm gonna let you comment on this, but there's a scene where, okay, I can see not wanting to show the violence, where they cut away before somebody gets shot. Your imagination fills in the blank spaces, and maybe it's more, maybe it's worse when you imagine it yourself. But there's one part that's just, they tried to avoid it too much. There's a guy hanging onto a ledge, and Guy Pearce knocks this guy down this tunnel. The guy's falling into not one, not two, but three propellers moving at full speed. That guy falls through all three.
He makes it. You're like applauding. You're like, somebody made it. Somebody actually made it.
Come
Wow.
on,
I know.
You either show him getting chopped up, or take the camera away, or don't put the scene in there at all, because you just showed a guy falling through all three propellers.
And the tension is mounting because that's something like you're wanting to see, especially with the characters that you're introduced to, because like they have like the baddest of the baddest villains in this, where they make them say all these guys are insane. They're cursing a storm. They're cursing up a storm. So it's like you're expecting to see just an all-out gritty, like just kind of like cheesy sci-fi, like hardcore, like almost a Paul Verhoeven type film.
Yeah.
And when you're watching it, it felt like, man, I wonder what Starship Troopers would have been like if they just completely neutered the fuck out of that movie and they threw it on like the Lifetime channel.
The PAX
Yeah.
version of
Yeah, I know.
Troopers. Well, I tell you, like that is really the biggest problem here, is because like it is silly but pointlessly so, and it is like it hits every single totally lame action movie trope, but without any payoffs that the old classics gave you at all. The only thing I really could say that's positive at all is that Joseph Gilgun, who plays sort of the secondary bad guy, if you guys watch Misfits, he was the guy who came on in the third season, played the new character on there, and he's great on there.
Which guy is he in this?
He's here, I'll show you his picture real quick, but he is the skinny, nervous, totally psychotic guy.
That's it. He was great.
He is great. He is so creepy, and he's so psycho. though. That you're like, God damn, man, this guy would be truly frightening if we ever actually saw the results of anything they tell us that he's doing.
He was frightening because you couldn't understand a goddamn thing that was coming out of that motherfucker's mouth, because every time he was on screen, he's like, and I was like, is this guy like Scottish or something, or was he a leprechaun? He's like,
I've already been trained. I got used to him on Misfits. It took me a couple episodes, but I got it.
But
now.
he is like the more because the two villains are like brothers, obviously, and you have the one rational, thinking man's villain, but you have his brother who's just an all out fucking crazy.
Who played his brother in this?
It was this guy who's known for being in like 300 and 300 related type products named Vincent Reagan, and
he's the other Gerard Butler.
Yeah, he's
really
yet
is.
another Gerard,
Gerard Butler Jr.
What's his name?
Vincent Reagan. And I don't know. There's nothing really remarkable about him except that you can't help but think, boy, they wish they could have gotten Gerard Butler.
You really do.
I was like, you wait another 5 years, you could have.
Yeah, you really.
You there's so many things that are just pointless. I mean, like all those ways that they avoid payoff. I'm almost glad because the one time they actually have an effect sequence early on with this sort of motorcycle chase, it's fucking terrible. It's like PlayStation 2 cutscene graphics.
It really is. It really is
so bad.
But there's something about it to where I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of having fun with this because it seems like, we know it's cheap, but we don't give a shit. We're trying to do our version of Akira right now.
Yeah.
And there's just something about watching Guy Pearce, be this badass like Snake Plissken type character to where I'm like, you know what? I could tell he's having fun with this. He really is.
Yeah.
He was kind of like the one bright spot about this, even though there was times where at the beginning I'm like, okay, it seems like he's trying a little too hard. This doesn't really seem like his type of role. Because I was like shocked, just like going, wow, did he really take on a character like this? Because the dialogue it seems like something he would look at on script and just kind of laugh at and like, get the fuck out of here, man. Didn't you see me in the kingdom or whatever?
You're that guy who's like a total badass, but all he does is talk in jokes. That's all he ever says is a joke the whole time. Well, I'm the wisecracking action guy. And 90% of the lines written for him are embarrassingly terrible. But to his credit, he never cracks. He always is trying as hard as he can, and he manages to sell a few things that probably most people couldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the best thing I can say.
No,
because even so, the dialogue, even the funny moments, they're more funny because of how horrible they truly are than anything else, and awkward.
Yeah, Luc Besson is the one that wrote this. You could tell he's a fan of big 80s action movies, and that's what he was trying to do with Guy Pearce. He was trying to make that action hero that Arnold Schwarzenegger is, where he cracks a joke every time he does something that's crazy or violent. It doesn't faze him. But
I feel like Luc Besson's best days are behind him.
I feel that you're correct.
But see, this is there's what I mean by there's a lot of stuff that they get right. A lot of things that we just mentioned. Guy Pearce, he makes a great action hero if he was given something better, but himself in there, you still root for the guy. You're still having fun with him. The villains are there, they're scary, but they just don't have enough violence in there to make them scary enough. Your setting is great. A prison in space that's going nuts right now.
Yeah.
And but again, they concentrate almost like, okay, we have the elements here. We're just not pushing it enough.
Yeah.
It truly is. It's almost like watching a live action version of cartoons from the 80s. Where
okay, like G.I. Joe and Transformers, where nobody actually got hurt or killed.
People here get hurt, but it's
no name,
but there's no blood. You don't get to see, and you don't feel anything for anybody dying just because you don't see any real crazy action. It is a cartoon in the sense that it's moving so fast and it's so shallow that you can have fun with it on that level. Does it make it great? No, but it makes it a good time. But you still feel bad because there's a lot of stuff that they had to play with here that they just don't use to full effect.
It definitely does seem like the filmmakers are at least kind of self-aware of what they're doing or what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because the one movie, like, it's funny you guys mentioned cartoons. Just you guys saying that, I don't know if one of you said G.I. Joe, but thinking about the first G.I. Joe movie.
I said that.
Okay. Well,
no, Leon said Leon's like, hey, wait a minute.
You going to steal my joke right in front of me? Yank. I mean, normally you wait till the editing.
Yeah, you usually do that in post.
No, I'm gone beyond that. Just
cut out the middleman. Yeah.
I'm just going to edit right now.
Get to it. Yeah. Get to it. No, mentioning G.I. Joe, though, I mean, as stupid as that movie was, I still had fun watching it.
Right.
It was one of those movies where I guess we saw it at midnight. I was like, you know what? I know it's ridiculous. It's retarded. It'd be hard for me to recommend this to somebody who's just a fan of films or a fan of action movies. But, you know, I can run in the corner and go, I kind of liked it.
Right.
Well, it had one or two, honest to God, fun action sequences.
But that's how I felt with this movie. I mean, it really was Guy Pearce, like, you know, just going through the motions of this character, making it as fun as it was. And, you know, there's parts where I even liked that Maggie chick. Even though the movie did kind of feel like, I was like, you know, I'm kind of curious when this movie was made, because I'm like, man, that Maggie chick, she must be a vampire because she hasn't aged at all.
She
looks like she's still the same goddamn age she was when she was doing Lost.
In fact, if you remember on Lost, she played an adult, and then in Taken,
she was a teenager.
She was a teenager.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, that freaked me out.
It's like, hey, wait a minute, we know how old she is. Come on now.
But I mean, with all this, I mean, there's just shit that comes out of nowhere in this movie. There's even a scene where the president has to like figure out, okay, do I send these like space fighter jets to just say fuck it, go in and take out the prison? And you see, like, there's scenes where like the prison becomes self-aware, and like you see the guns on the prison start attacking like these ships in space. Well, I'm like, wow, where did this come from? This is like this is like just some crazy shit that a 13-year-old would think of.
It's It really, when you watch it, it's the Star Wars. It's the X-wing fighters attacking the Death Star.
So you keep talking about that in a positive way. I see it as like nothing but someone go.
I didn't say that was positive.
No.
I
like that.
No.
It's terrible.
It's there, but it's there, and it comes out of nowhere. But like I said, even with the beginning, the action scene where fucking Guy Pearce is jumping around the city, jumps on a motorcycle out of nowhere, and then pulls an Akira scene, you're just like, okay, as cheesy and as ridiculous as this is, it's still fun to watch. It's stupid eye candy. I mean, and that's all I can say about
agree.
it.
I thought it was
stupid
too
eye candy.
terrible looking to even be eye candy. I mean, it's like Gate to the Mind's Eye, for Christ's sakes. It's like that shitty. I couldn't believe they thought it was passable CG on any level. The Sci-Fi Channel would have been embarrassed. I just,
you know what? No,
you said you compare
that's
this
bullshit.
You
That's
compare
bullshit
this to
right there.
G.I. Joe. I'm like, no, there's not, because there is not a single sequence in this film that I went, okay, that was fun. There was nothing fun that happened.
Well,
in
I
this
don't care
movie.
what you think.
None
I
of the
care what I
dialogue-
think.
Yeah, but it's my turn now, so shut up.
I don't give a shit.
It's my turn, so you can stuff it.
You are insulting my taste right now.
You're right. But that's what we do.
hey, you know what? Fuck you, all right? Go fuck yourself, yeah. I need to throw your ass in fucking space.
Well, there damn sure wouldn't be a space station full of frozen fucking inmates up there, because that's goddamn retarded. As is everything else in
That
this.
is retarded. I
As
gotta
is
say.
every other aspect of this fucking giant piece of shit movie. There was nothing here that was worth more than a which is just mainly to see who got cast in certain roles.
I'm taking that from a guy who believes in radioactive teenagers. All right. Okay.
What?
Coach, you got the
why
biggest
don't
Spider-Man collection of
Why don't you just go to sleep?
Quiet, dude.
I like the way you make this space station sound like a big vending machine where you put a quarter in and you get a prisoner out of it.
Oh, damn, I wanted a rapist.
But that's exactly what they do. They push the. I'll take
the rapists are all behind the arsonists. You
They
gotta
go
go
to
through
the
those
big
first.
machine and they're like, A3. And the prisoner comes out, drops down a little chute. You know?
Funny shit.
Exactly. That wasn't the one I wanted. I don't I mean, you guys are so forgiving. I mean, I wish I had a heart of gold like you guys did, because I just see nothing remarkable or notable in any way to this film. It's just an irritatingly piss poor ripoff of hundreds of others incredibly superior films, and there's no reason to waste your time with it.
Who directed this?
It was a guy who
Joe
Wikipedia
Fuckhead and
didn't even bother to link to their names. James Mather and Stephen St. Ledger.
Oh, wow.
I see. I disagree, man.
Clearly.
I and not to the extent where
Tell
I'm
him, Corey.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Shut up, you're done.
You know, right now, I'm actually thrilled that I didn't go see this, because I'm not in the middle of this at all.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
watch.
because I'm not arguing with you at all, because I see exactly what you're saying. There is nothing original in this movie, but What is?
Oh, come on.
What
That is the world's
What is
biggest
original
fucking
out there?
cop-out, dude. Don't even start with me.
the reason why I say that is because I think that's a cop out for like
No, it would
criticizing
be
a
a
movie.
cop-out if I said that was the problem, and I don't care if there are these other things that work. That is enough for me to hate it. But it's not. Nothing works.
I see to you. I mean, we've seen things.
That's actually right.
We've
To
seen
you.
things done.
Well, no, duh. We're a criticism reviewing site.
But
Who
see,
the fuck do you think you
No,
are?
I'm trying to re-educate on that because you're throwing that shit in
This isn't the
our way.
presidential council on what
It's
movies
about
are
to be-
good.
it's
I
about
just
to be-
love that Lockout is
Yeah.
the one that got you motherfuckers at each other's throats. Because
And I
listen,
don't even give a shit that much.
I know. That's why I'm watching. I'm like, man, this is the one. I expected this for the Three Stooges, not
I
this.
know.
But see, when you say that there's nothing original in this movie, and it's been done a lot of times in more superior films. That doesn't mean that you can't have fun with the B-level grade that we see it here. Doesn't make it a good film because I don't think this is a good film, but I do think it's a fun film. And when I look at certain action sequences in here that I do think work, that motorcycle chase, I don't think that it's a terrible thing. I mean, yeah, the problem with that is that the whole thing is CG. And and it's obvious. It gets to a point where you make something so CG that you think, man, shit, that's not even a real person right there. So I can't really believe it. But on its own CG kind of level, it goes so fast that I enjoyed it. And it is a futuristic scene, so I can let that pass. There are certain points in the movie where there's some, going through the maze that is the space station itself. I thought that was kind of fun. On a very basic Die Hard kind of level. Yes, Die Hard is a superior movie, but this is not trying to be Die Hard, I don't think.
Look, I'm not dumb, Corey. I understand that you can have things that rip off other things that are still fun. Okay? I'm not stupid. I'm saying that for me, because apparently I have to say that or you guys get confused.
I'm still not. I'm still not convinced.
I like the way
Still
we
not
get the
convinced.
criticism. All of a sudden, it's like,
was
how
not
dare you
fun.
insult my intelligence?
I know.
I'm not
movie's
you're
fucking
the
you up.
bullshit.
It was
He's, the
Conan
one,
who said
he's the one who did that to me. How
Why
dare
are you looking at
turn
me?
that around?
Tell him that.
And I'll keep telling you that. Yeah.
I'm sitting up here trying to
Till
be
it
the
gets
mediator,
embedded in your
ambassador.
head.
You attacking me now? I didn't do.
That's your way to be an ambassador.
Right.
Fuck, man. The United Nations cannot hire you.
Your way of throwing kerosene on a fire is what that is. I'm saying that all I'm saying is I disagree. You keep asserting that you found it fun. All I can say in response is I didn't.
I'm
My
not trying
problem
to prove
isn't
that to
just
you.
that it's stealing from things.
You act
it's
like
that
me-
it adds nothing fun to those.
You get
rip-off
defensive
things.
to the point where you act like me giving my opinion is me attacking yours, and it's
No,
not.
you're the one who
you keep
keeps
asserting that it's fun. I don't.
You guys
assert-
are the ones who keep saying that.
I'm just saying, yeah, and,
'Cause it's true.
And
God damn
nobody's
it.
and nobody's wrong for that.
How is me disagreeing with you the same thing as me calling you a giant dumb asshole? You sound like a 12-year-old troll on the site.
How am I? Okay, I don't
I'm
even know.
sorry, but
How did we
that's
get? How did we
ridiculous.
get
Now,
to
wait a
this
minute.
point?
Now you're throwing the gasoline.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I-
you
and I
are.
do because
You
that's-
really are.
look.
No, you are right now. You absolutely
No,
are.
you're right because
you just did it.
Look,
I mean,
you are
yeah.
honest to God pissing me off here
No,
because that
you're
is
pissing
not
me
fair.
off because I don't even okay. The thing is, I can't even give my fucking opinion right now because you want to curse me out. You want to go. You want to groan through his goddamn review with your I'm getting irritated at that because he can't even fucking give his fucking point.
I'm
across.
being funny.
You're being an ass, dude. You're not
Oh,
being
fuck
funny.
you. Whatever.
You've taken this to a point where you just want to be pissed off, and I don't even get because I'm confused. I was like, where did all this come
No,
from?
I
to
wasn't
begin
even starting to
with?
get pissed off till you flat
No.
out told me.
You're the one.
Hey!
You're the one losing your fucking temper
No,
right
I
now.
lost my temper
You're
because-
losing your mind, and you thinking that you can curse me out or even scream at me
I
right
lost
now
my
is
temper
okay.
because you flat out
I
told
don't
me
give a fuck.
to shut up and
I
my
don't
opinion
care.
doesn't count.
Dude, well, because you kept on being an ass throughout the
Oh,
whole
okay.
goddamn thing.
I see.
All right.
All right. Fine.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, But
Yeah, you're
sorry,
wrong.
But
Sorry.
I don't think I'm wrong.
The thing to do to be the thing that was rude was you telling me "fuck you." No one cares about your opinion.
Well, there's a lot that build it up. Even
You're really-
if that's the case, we can
All
play
right.
that back and we can see if that's
Well,
the case.
I give this a rental.
So what do y'all give the movie?
Yeah. So what would you give?
Co-host behavior is some old bullshit.
I give it a rental, and I don't give a fuck about what you think about my behavior. All I know is I don't know who the fuck you are right now, talking to me like this. Just being an ass through through this review right now. I mean,
You
I don't
started
get
it. I don't know
How
what
did
to
I
tell you.
start it? Did I really start it? Was there not already some kind of aggression coming from you
No, I
when
was
we were
disag-
recording this?
I was
Am I
disag-
crazy?
I was
I'm the crazy
disagreeing
one.
with your point of view about
I'm
the
the crazy
movie,
one.
but I had never said anything insulting to you except that I disagree, and then you turned it into an insult.
All right, sure. You know.
You flat out did. You said that no one cares
Hey,
about
look!
my
Hey,
opinion.
look! The thing is, I mean, I was picking it up that you're just being hostile. I mean, I'm sure I was looking
Okay.
at. I'm sure Corey was picking it up too. I mean, we can't talk without you like going. No, you guys are fucking wrong. That's stupid. You got to groan throughout the review.
Shall we go back
I'm
to all the
sorry.
reviews we've ever recorded where you do that exact same thing to us?
Okay, all right. Well,
I think he's joking though when he does that. When he does it,
I was joking. I'm
When he
just
does a
giving-
complete insult, I think.
I'm not trying to be mean when I'm disagreeing.
I don't
with
go
you
through
guys.
somebody's review while somebody's talking. I don't go, no, you're wrong. Sorry, but you guys are wrong. I mean, I'm like, this movie doesn't mean shit to me. I'm
Well,
not.
then why did
I've
you
never,
get so
I
upset?
never took it in a personal level because you were fucking freaking
How
out,
you doing,
dude.
man?
I was not freaking out.
man. All right, put the mic up to your mouth.
I'm doing well. I'm kind of hungry. I'm having dreams of Taco Bell.
Look, this movie to me was indeed some old bullshit. I hated this movie completely. I have no idea why this went off the rails the way it did. I'm sorry that I upset you by trying to be funny with my disagreeing with you guys about it, and you took it as something much more serious than that and decided to get insulting with it. But I hated this fucking movie. True. That's it.
All right.
Okay, is that so? That be some old bullshit then?
That's-
or-
I said it.
Okay.
He led with that. Coles, what do you give it?
Oh, I give it a run.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. I was hiding behind a chair.
Y'all got to that huge fight over a movie that couldn't get any more than a
Y'all know I'm still.
Did I? Okay, guys. I mean, you guys were here. Did I launch my? Did I fuck up?
Am
Am I the fuck up here?
People, I was wondering, we're still recording. I don't think I know. People, this has been the Lockout Review. Thank you for listening. And we'll catch you on the next one if we don't kill each other first.
We're gonna get out of here.
What if this doesn't work?
Well, then we're probably gonna die.